Northwest Development Corporation was also grilled by SCOPA on its purchase of a hotel in Christiana for nearly 50 million rand. We take the discussion further now with the DG of the Northwest Provincial Government, Dr. Keneilwe Begone. Dr. Begone, good morning to you. Thank you so much for coming through.
Good morning, Palesa, and good morning to the viewers.
All right. Let's just start with the story that we've just played now on Rustenburg Local Municipality. Are you aware of what is happening in terms of the recommendation of SCOPA to terminate the contract with that particular contractor?
Unfortunately, Palesa, I didn't know about the story. I just heard about it now. I will make it my business to go and find out what is happening.
All right. Now, back to what we've invited you to come and account for this morning. What exactly is happening in Begone Bophirima? So many reports of mismanagement of funds, maladministration that are coming out. Are you worried as the provincial government?
Palesa, thank you very much for having us so that we can set the record straight. There is a lot of talk, especially in the media, about mismanagement of funds and allegations of corruption and so forth. In reality, that is not the truth. I'll be the first one to admit that the fifth administration has inherited a huge amount of irregular expenditure and has incurred some irregular expenditure during its tenure. But I need to explain what this entails. This will be instances where goods and services were procured and some parts of the SCM framework and procedures were not followed. However, the goods and services are there. The value for money can be tested and can be proved. And as a result of that, I am not worried. We are now hard at work, making sure through training, through awareness, to especially our colleagues who work with supply chain management and the accounting officers themselves, to make sure that they are more alert and more careful when dealing, because they have to ensure that all the proceedings and the procedures are being observed.
Yeah, but I believe, if I can just come through there, because we don't have enough time for this interview, the issue of the purchase of a hotel, surely it's not something that was inherited by this government. It's something that happened under this current administration. The hotel, the initial price was apparently 28 million rand, but the provincial government paid 49 million rand for this dilapidated hotel.
Palesa, yes, indeed, you are right. The hotel was purchased by the fifth administration. The hotel was purchased through an auction. And as me and you are aware, when you go out on auction, even if you could have, in your own view, thought that a particular asset will cost a particular amount, the auction itself determines the price. When at the time when the hotel was purchased, the hotel was operating, and it is still in operation. There has been a perception created out there that the hotel was dilapidated and almost as if the hotel was not operational at all.
But the CEO of the Northwest Development Corporation could not answer certain questions to SCOPA on this very same issue.
Yes, there were certain questions for which he asked to be given a chance to come back in writing. And I think it is correct, because if you don't have information, the CEO was just appointed last year in June. If you don't have information, it is only appropriate and proper for you to go back and get information, so that you respond from an informed position.
Yeah.
And it was good of him not to speculate and to go and get the written response.
There are also reports that the company or the hotel was in a liquidation process. But let's just talk about the 111 projects that are set, that there is no proof of service for those projects. The projects have been paid for, but there is nothing to prove that the services were rendered.
Palesa, that is not true at all. This speaks to the Mahikeng rebranding, repositioning and renewal project, the commonly known as MRRP projects. These projects, we do have documentation and proof of work done. What had happened at the time in the previous, the last part one financial year, when the audit happened, at that time there were instances where for some projects the audit file did not have the proof. And as a result, the Auditor General made a finding to say, I could not get proof for the work done. And later on, as we were looking into those findings, we then got all the documentation. The Auditor General has even been to some of the projects.
So you do have the documentation, because we know that SCOPA has requested the documents by next week Tuesday, I think.
Indeed, they will get them. They will get them tomorrow.
All right, but are you worried in general? There was also the issue of Midiosa. The minister spoke, and the premier came to the SABC to speak about what is actually happening. But it looks like there is so much happening.
It's a pity, Palesa, the extent to which some of the things are being taken out of proportion. The issue of Midiosa, we are investigating. Naturally, as the office of the premier, we would not know the details of what would have happened in a procurement process. Okay. But we are having forensic investigators, and as soon as the forensic report is out, we will communicate and we'll let people know the details of what happened.
We'll wait for that particular conversation and communication, Dr. Sebego. Thank you so much to Dr. Keneilwe Sebego. She is the DG for the Begone Premier Provincial Government. We're taking a quick ad break, and then we're off to Cape Town.